everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope you're today, hope you're feeling grand, and all's wonderful. Hello everybody. Today's vid, everybody, is about my, about the pedal board I've been using for videos for the last, this incantation of this pedal board for the last couple of months. I don't know how long I've been using this for. But this is the pedal board I used when I demoed the Fender Super Reverb outside, and quite a lot of people were kind of asking about, like, what pedals are you using, and also kind of what pedals you do to backing tracks, hence yesterday's video. So I'm going to talk you through all the pedals on this board today, and then show you what they sound like at the end, kind of individually and like in isolation. So, without further ado, let's go. So, I will say as well, quickly, like I said yesterday, none of this goes through the effects loop. This is all in the front end of the amp, depending on what amp I'm using, whether it's the Super Crush, CR120, Marshall MG, Boss Katana, whatever. This all goes in the front end. I don't use effects loops. I don't really like effects loops. I used to use the Boss Ditto Looper X2, and I still do every now and again. And that did go into the effects loop. The Ditto Looper seemed to prefer the effects loop, whereas the Boss pedal, I actually think sounds better in the front end. So that brings me neatly to the first pedal in line after the amp. So from the amp, we go here. This is the Boss RC10, everybody. There you go. I do apologise about the diffuser light. And basically, it's very straightforward. I use it for its drums, and I use it for its looper, and this is the main pedal I use to create backing tracks, basically, and I love it very much. It's absolutely amazing. I cannot recommend these things enough. They are absolutely stunning loopers, and the drum sounds are great. It just sounds wicked. It just works, and it's just a big red box of joy. So, from the RC10, which I say used for backing tracks, loops, drums, we go into the brain of the pedal board. My hand has slipped. Did you see that? What's going on? So we go to the brain of the pedal board. These have been a mainstay of my pedal board for absolutely ever. The Zoom G2.1U. I use this for multiple different things. I use it for chorus, which I don't really use anymore because I have this, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I used to use it for chorus, which is A6. I have it for A8 is whammy, and A7 I have a delay setup on the expression pedal. So, pedal all the way back, no delay, and I can kind of like increase how much of it I want with the foot pedal, which is really, really cool. And I also have this set up for reverb as well. So if I just press this button here, and it changes to reverb, I then can alter how much reverb I want as well. But I usually just have it set on delay for this board. Occasionally I will flip it over to reverb, but very rarely. I normally just kind of leave it for delay. I do run a compressor inside the Zoom G2, but I don't have any compression on. Let me just show you what's going on. So there's the compressor, but there's no compression. It's just the level of the pedal. So basically, I've done that forever, and it's basically the same thing that Andy Timmons does with his setup. It's just basically pushing the front end of the amp a little bit harder. So that's what that's doing. Like I say, there is a delay in there. I also have a noise gate as well. Oh, but it's off. Oh, sometimes I have the noise gate on, but not right now. So the noise gate is off, people of the tube. That's interesting. I didn't realise it was off. I don't know when I did that, but hey, there you go. Sometimes it's on, depending. It's really nice to have a noise gate, though, because sometimes if you're playing in a room that's really, really buzzy and noisy, you can literally just turn to the noise gate, turn it on, and all of a sudden all that horribleness goes away, and you're very, very nice and quiet, and jobs are good 'un. So that's mainly what I use the G2 for. Whammy, delay, reverb, compression, but not really compression. The noise gate, and that's about it, really. I did used to use the drums on this one, but unfortunately this button broke on this one, so I can't use the drums on this pedal board anymore, hence why Mr. RC10 is here. So that's that, and that's basically the brain of the board. So moving along, next pedal in line is the Mel9. Now this pedal, but all the pedals on this board I absolutely love and adore, and this one is no exception either. I'm in heavy love with this. I think I've used this in every intro jam, song, whatever I've done since I got it. It's just so inspiring. And basically, it is what it says on the tin. It's a mellotron in a pedal form. And in the intro jam, I used the choir, orchestra, cello, and strings all at the same time. And it just sounds amazing. It just makes for an epic sound. It's just so much fun. I love this pedal to bits. Invariably, what I do, and I've got to thank my friend Ian for this one, because I took it around to his house and he was messing around with it. What I tend to do is I normally set it to the clarinet setting, which is number 5 on this pedal, and I basically just have everything on 10. And this creates a really nice drone. If you're doing chord work, it creates a really nice drone underneath, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'll leave this pedal where it is. So the first time you see me use the Mel pedal when I start playing through it, I'll show you what I mean by that, and then I'll mess around with it and show you some other sounds as well. So from the Mel pedal, we then come to the glorious Marshall Guv'nor pedal. This has been a mainstay of my sound, my pedal board for absolutely ever. I first got the Marshall Guv'nor in, I think, 2007? No, 2006, I think it would have been. Or 2006, 2007, I forget exactly offhand when I actually got my first one. And it's just been there ever since. This is my favourite distortion pedal next to a certain orange one that's down the line, which we'll get to in a minute. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this thing to bits. The settings I have on this one, hopefully you can kind of see. It's kind of hard to see because they're the gold knobs on it. But I have gain maxed out. I have no bass, but I have the deep dial turned all the way up. No treble. But I have the mids about 10 o'clock and I have volume at 3 o'clock. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but hopefully you can. So that's how I've got the Guv'nor set up. So moving along to the Marshall Jackhammer now. This is my always on pedal. This pedal I do apologise on my phone. This pedal very rarely ever gets used. Ever gets turned off, should I say. What the... He's got very questionable English, people of the tube, I'll tell you that. Stupid boy. Anyway, back to the pedals. Okay, so this pedal very, very rarely ever gets turned off. Yay, he can speak. This is kind of like my always on pedal, and this is the pedal that basically gives me my core, cleanish, dirty, John Frusciante cleanish tone. And I absolutely love this thing. It's so awesome. This and the Tone City Golden Plexi are kind of like mainstays of my board as well. Although I prefer this pedal over the Golden Plexi. There's just more versatility EQ-wise. It's just amazing. So that's the next pedal. And I say, this is basically always on, to be honest with you. I do turn it off every now and again, but not really. So I have this one set. I have it set on the OD mode. Gain is about somewhere between 10 and 8 o'clock. I have volume set up at 3 o'clock. The treble and the bass, they're turned all the way down. So they're basically turned all the way off. Then the frequency and contour, I have the top one. I forget which one's what. I have the top one at 5 o'clock. And I have the bottom one at 12 o'clock. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Let me see if I can get my camera in there. And that's the way it's always set. And again, I'm a creature of habit, so once things are set, they don't change. The settings I've had on these pedals have been that way ever since I got them. There's no difference. Okay, so moving along from there, we then go to the PastFX Chorus Ensemble Mini, which I am absolutely in love with. This thing is amazing. I absolutely adore this chorus pedal. It's so cool. I used to use the G2 for my chorus sound, but now I use this, and sometimes I'll flick it over and use vibrato as well. I will show you the vibrato in this pedal. It's just glorious. But invariably what I do is I have it set in the low mode, because it's got a preamp in it, like the original CE ones. And I have it set on the low mode, and I have the level all the way up on 10. So basically that's absolutely cranked. And sometimes I will flick it up to high to get like a bit more overdrive. But invariably, it's always on the low mode. Level control is all the way up. And I normally run the chorus between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, depending on what I feel. It never goes really lower than that. It never really goes any higher than that. And vibrato is variable. This one changes all the time. There is not a set vibrato setting for this pedal that I have. And I don't really use vibrato enough anyway. So that's really how I set this pedal, is like I say, is like that. So now, from the PastFX Chorus Ensemble, we don't go
to here. We go here to the Triangular Labs WHX wah wah pedal. Will very, very kindly sent me this pedal for review, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it to bits. It's, you know, it does the Ibanez wah thing bob on. It really does. I normally just have it absolutely cranked on the preamp. The dial there is turned all the way to 10. The only thing that I will say at this point in time is just to let you know, people do, because I did say if anything ever happened I would let you know. The only problem with this is the base plate has come away from the actual main bit. It just kind of like the holes in the bottom that hold it on no longer hold it on. It's actually the plastic inside has broken, so it's separated, so it doesn't really sit very well anymore, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a little bit of an annoyance, I've got to say. But it's an annoyance I'm willing to live with, because I absolutely love this wah pedal. It's absolutely amazing. It sounds great, feels great, it's very expressive, and does the job really nicely. Occasionally I will set it to the bass mode, but invariably I'll just leave it on guitar mode, crank it all the way up. It does have a master volume on the front as well, and I just have that turned all the way up to 10, basically. There's no jiggery pokery going on there. It's just basically everything's on 10. Okay, and then from the WHX we go to my other favourite distortion pedal of all time, the Boss DS2. You heavenly creature. Basically, this pedal board has all the pedals that I just can't really do without. This is kind of like a desert island pedal board. If I had this pedal board, I'd be very happy. I'm a happy bunny. And it's slightly different to my live board. Not a great deal different. I mean, obviously, in replace of the WHX, I've got the Vox. I don't have the Boss, and I don't have the Mel9, and I don't have the PastFX Chorus. But it's kind of similar, but it's the same DNA, but slightly different. In all fairness, if I could have, I want to add more pedals to this, but unfortunately, my power supply, I've run out of power, basically. It's all powered, by the way, by the Voodoo Labs Pedal Power 2 Plus. Sorry, I'll show you that quickly. It's under there. So it's all powered by that. So yeah, coming back to the Boss DS2, has to be a mainstay of my setup because of Mr. John Frusciante. I absolutely love it. Invariably, I use this pedal a lot. In all fairness, I think I use this pedal more than I use the Guv'nor, to be honest with you. I really do. And again, it's very simple. I just crank everything to 10, put it onto mode 2, and jobs are good. And just sounds amazing. Absolutely love it. So just to recap, so from the amp we go to the Boss, from the Boss to the Zoom to the Electro-Harmonix Mel9, Mel9 to the Guv'nor to the Jackhammer to the Chorus to the wah to the DS2, out to the guitar, and that's it. Simple with tube. Like I say, it's very, very simple. Hopefully you could see the settings I've got. That's it. It is literally as simple as that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to reset the camera up so you can see what I'm turning off and on, and let you hear these pedals. And I'll just play for about a few minutes, just messing about with it. I won't be tweaking settings on any of these pedals. I will tweak the Mel9 a little bit. You know, you've heard this thing. You know, it's a looper and the drum sound amazing. So I probably won't use this in the video, in the sound examples. Sorry. But other than that, I'll show you the whammy and the delay inside here. I'll show you the reverb. I'll show you the Mel9. I'll show you all this. And yeah, that's it. So let me just move the camera and yeah, let you see what I'm turning on and off.
Okay, YouTube, there you go. That's the pedal board. That's all the pedals. Like I say, you heard the RC10 in the intro. I also have a dedicated video to all the pedals here. If you want to seek them out, there is individual reviews for each of these pedals. But that's it. And this is, as I say, this is the main pedal board I use for pretty much all videos, for backing tracks, you name it. This is what I'm using. If I'm not playing live, this is the board I use. So yeah, I hope this video has been okay. If you like these videos, if you like what I do on this channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. He'll never get it right. Link to that is in the description box below. Other than that, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and I will see you again tomorrow for another one. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. Goodbye now. Thank you much indeed for watching. And look, just heaven in pedal board form, everybody. I need to get a bigger power supply though, so I can have more pedals, because I need more pedals. There's a couple of pedals missing from this board, the Sundial Fuzz being one of them, which I desperately need, but can't power it at this point in time. But there's more as well. That will happen in the future. Anyway, bigger power supply. But I need money first. Anyway, see you later, everybody. Have a good one. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Goodbye now. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. Bye.